All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for attending. I'm Tarek, founder of this beautiful company About You here. I would actually like to kick it off with a little survey. Since we are not active with About You in the UK, who of you guys knew About You before registering for this conference? Okay, I would say that's like 20%, 30% or so. But a lot of hands didn't go up. I've expected that since we are not active here. And I bet that we are the largest e-commerce company that you've never heard of. The company was founded by me and my two co-founders 9 years ago, and we had the vision to become the largest and leading online fashion platform in the world by digitizing the offline shopping stroll for the Gen Y and Gen Z. Business model-wise, we are, I would say, in the UK, probably most similar to ASOS, since we are selling fashion online, both own-labeled fashion as well as third-party brands fashion, like Nike, Adidas, Levi's, and so on and so forth. We have outgrown every competitor in the world. We grew from 0 to 5 billion in GMV. This is what I mean when I'm saying we're the largest e-commerce platform that you've never heard of, since we're not active in the UK. We're active in 28 continental European countries. Down there you see our growth and our country expansion, and we are based in Germany. I'm also from Germany. We outgrew every competitor in terms of top-line growth, and 2 years ago I brought the company public at the German Stock Exchange, and we are probably not only the fastest growing and largest e-commerce company that I've never heard of, but probably also the most valuable. Our market valuation, our market cap, is higher than the one of Farfetch, and it's higher than ASOS and Boohoo combined. How did we do this? Couple of things. First of all, when I think about e-commerce, I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur since more than 20 years. So I've seen the different waves of e-commerce. It started with Amazon. Amazon had a great assortment and great fulfillment. That's e-commerce 1.0, basically getting stuff delivered that you need. E-commerce 2.0 was the wave of ASOS and the likes, adding to assortment and fulfillment great product data and a very good category navigation. So they made it easy to find the right product, for example, in fashion. Now what we've did is we added two more things to the e-commerce landscape. First, personalization. And that is also why our name is About You. If I log in on About You, the logo changes to About Tarek. Visual sign of personalization. With every click, we are analyzing the customer behavior and individualizing the next click to make it your About You. Therefore, there is not only one version of About You, but there are 45 million versions of About You, representing our 45 million active users. Secondly, e-commerce before About You was convenient, but not fun. Offline shopping is fun. So we brought the fun part to the e-commerce by adding entertaining features and content, like live shopping, outfits, editorial content, consulting, and many more elements. That made us successful, and I would consider this combination as the third generation of e-commerce. And if you are running an online shop, I would say this is what you should go for. Furthermore, obviously, you need to have a great assortment. We're having 3,800 brands on our platform. We have exclusive products on our platform with more than 600,000 articles and a couple of millions in SKUs. And we are able to do this because we are running a hybrid model. We have our own stock, our own label stock, and we buy stock in wholesale, and we combined it with a marketplace. You probably know this from Amazon, the combination of 1P and 3P. Secondly, mobile. We are a mobile-born company, and today actually even more than 90% of our revenue comes through the smartphone. If you want to succeed, you have to have the best smartphone experience out there. Thirdly, in terms of marketing, and I'm double-clicking on that in a moment, I believe that influencer marketing and social media marketing is the most efficient way to acquire customers. And lastly, what you have to make sure is to not only acquire customers, but to keep them on your platform and to make sure they revisit your platform organically, not through Instagram, not through Google, because if they are not coming to you organically, then you have to pay every time they enter, because every time there is a Google in between. We have 75% organic traffic and 45 million monthly active users. This is huge reach. Now I want to double click on two things that made us particularly successful. First is our marketing strategy, especially for the young generation, and secondly, internationalization. Let's start with the marketing strategy. Let's take a step back. So 20 years ago, if you wanted to build a new brand and you wanted to make sure that everyone knows you, it was extremely easy because there was one channel that made it. So for years, for decades actually, TV has been the #1 marketing channel to build a brand. If you came up with a great TV spot and sufficient media budget, the country would know you. We found out that today, assuming you have unlimited media budget, i.e. you're in every advertising break, you would reach a ceiling of 25% brand awareness in the young generation. That means TV is not the #1 channel to build brand awareness anymore. Why? First of all, because of declining TV usage. So young people watch less TV, but that doesn't explain the decline from 90 to 25%. The second aspect is more important. Everyone that ever saw a young person in front of the TV knows young people are watching TV like this. And if the advertising break starts, they are not paying any attention to the advertising break anymore, but they are focused on their smartphone. So actually, the reason why TV has lost its importance as the main marketing channel is mainly because young people are not paying any attention to TV breaks anymore. But who fills that gap now? Another database study. Now, TV, 25%, still relevant, but won't make it to a household name. Then there's a big chunk of others. This is Google and so on and so forth. And then 50% of the brand awareness in the young generation can be built through social media. And out of the 50%, 15 percentage points can be built through social ads. So these are Instagram story ads, feed ads, TikTok ads, etc. And the majority, 35 percentage points, is built through the organic feed of your audience. By organic feed, I mean people that the young people are following and the stuff that they are posting. We all know that that doesn't mean it's unpaid. Obviously, companies are paying the influencer to post something, but the way how the audience is experiencing this content is organic, since it's in the organic feed. I think there is enough said on how to do TV right. This is a very complicated topic. This is performance marketing. I'm double-clicking on this now. How do you crack the 35% in your feed? And we have come up with a playbook here, and we've applied that playbook successfully in 28 countries, and we have grown from 0 to 5 billion in GMV in 9 years thanks to this playbook. First of all, you need to have a story to tell. Our story is, we are the most fun and most personalized online shop that you will ever experience. Now, this story needs to be told. And it can be told through four steps. First of all, you have to make sure you're collaborating with opinion leaders and collaborate with the right opinion leaders. Now, we are a technology company, a data and technology company, so obviously we have solved this task via technology and data. We have built a database consisting of more than 25,000 influencers in the world, and every day we are crawling TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and all the social media networks that you can imagine, searching for the latest and upcoming influencers. We're gathering as much data as possible on their audience, socio-demographic, geographic, and then we are doing a first collaboration. With the first collaboration, we are tracking as much as possible, and based on the performance, we decide whether we go for more corporations or not. If we go for more corporations, so it all starts with what we call a whole corporation, pretty easy way of collaborating. They are ordering on About You, and they are presenting their favorite picks to their audience. So this is a very easy, cheap cooperation, but it allows us to gather a lot of data on traffic, real reach, audience, and so on and so forth. Afterwards, we go into a long-term contract. So we ask for exclusivity, we ask for a lower price, and so on and so forth. And in exchange, we give a long-term contract. Afterwards, we go even as far as producing content with the influencer. Remember, we want to have a fun and entertaining shopping experience on About You. So we need a lot of content, and we gather that content from the audience or from the social media influencer space, which obviously makes it cheaper as well. And then, as a very last step, we have to make sure that we not only create brand awareness, but we have to convert the people to monetize our brand awareness. How do we do this? Now here, I have stolen that idea from Netflix. Because the first time someone told me about Netflix was actually not about Netflix. I remember 10 years ago, a friend came to me and told me about that new series, House of Cards. And I said, all right, that sounds very interesting. Where can I rip it? Where can I download it? And he said, no, you can't download it. I said, okay, but like, how do I get to that series now? He said, hey, you have to subscribe to Netflix. So the first time someone told me about Netflix was actually someone not telling me about Netflix, but about content that was exclusive on Netflix. And I stole that idea and applied it to fashion, and I think you can apply it to every industry in e-commerce and retail in general. So you have to create an exclusive offering, because it doesn't seem like marketing, but it is marketing. So what are we doing? We are collaborating with all kinds of celebrities worldwide. We have big names like Katy Perry, Bella Hadid, Millie Bobby Brown, Emma Roberts, Dennis Schroeder, but also the most influential people in every country that we are active at. We're collaborating with these guys, and we are producing exclusive products that you can only buy on About You. That's the equivalent of House of Cards. Now, if you are a fan of Bella Hadid and you want to look like Bella Hadid, you have to become a customer of About You. Now, this converts our brand awareness into transactions and customers. And it keeps them loyal, because they have to continue to be an About You customer if they want to continue to look like Bella Hadid. And I'm saying Bella Hadid, but actually the most influential local celebrities even convert better than a Bella Hadid. Bella Hadid, on the other hand, is obviously global, so it has its advantages and disadvantages. We have all sorts of collaborations. We do one-time collaborations called drops, where we're announcing a certain drop, a limited number of articles in a limited quantity, usually being sold out quite fast. Huge attention, huge FOMO. Then we have these collaborations. We're even creating exclusive brands with people like Lorena Ray, Victoria's Secret model, where we're constantly pumping out new products. And this is a marketing tool for us and a custom acquisition tool. Now, you have created brand awareness. People are ordering at your online shop. Now you have to make sure they continue to love you. And I'm convinced that love is hardly created purely digital. You need physical experiences. And this is why we bring our brand to the physical world by creating events that are actually in the physical world, like the About You Fashion Week, the About You Pangea Music Festival, or the About You Awards, rewarding the most influential celebrities out there. These are events that take place somewhere in Milan, in Germany, in France, somewhere in Europe. We invite our customers, we invite our influencers, and the audience can experience these events either on the ground or through the lens of their favorite influencer. Now, this is how we create emotional attachment and love. Afterwards, every now and then, obviously, you need to run a bold promotion, and you obviously have to keep them engaged by building loyal cohorts through CRM, through great CRM, through great CMS, etc. But I don't think we have time to double-click on this. Second topic I want to elaborate a bit on is localization. Now, we have launched 28 countries in 9 years. Actually, 15 to 20 out of these countries were launched during COVID. No About You employee has ever actually entered that market, and we actually entered the market with About You and became market leader in 12 countries. We are generating more than 2.5 billion euro in GMV outside of the German-speaking area, even though we started our internationalization efforts only 2018. Now, how did we do that? And the answer is localization, localization, localization. Obviously, you need to do traffic generation through local initiatives, local performance marketing, local influencers. That is our recipe. But you need to make sure that your online shop looks as local as the local competition. And don't underestimate the competitive landscape in countries. Obviously, in France, Italy, there are a lot of local competitors. But even if you go to Estonia, a country with like less than 5 million citizens, there are local competitors. You have to become a local company, basically, in the eyes of the audience. Obviously, local language, extremely important. Local promotions, there are bank holidays, days that are celebrated in every country. Use them. Local sortings, we believe it makes sense to always show the full assortment in every country, but you need to reshuffle what you show first. You can't show the same products to a person in the UK as a person in France, a person in Italy, and a person in Germany. You have to localize the stuff that you show on top of the category. And this has to be done algorithmically. You can't do this manually. You will never figure it out, and it's way too costly to do that. So this has to be solved technically. Local payments. I had to laugh a bit when I entered the conference area. I saw all of these advertisements from Shopify saying they have the best converting checkout worldwide. Ha ha, for sure not. But for sure not in every country. Because what you need to do is, you not only have to have a great UX in your checkout, you also have to have the local payment methods. And I can tell you, if you want to have all local payment methods in only Europe, I'm not talking about any other region, you have to have 100 payment methods connected to your online store. Because in every country, there are these special payment methods that you've probably never heard of, but that are the most common payment method in that specific country. In Netherlands, there is Ideal. If you don't have Ideal, you will not win anything there. If you're in Eastern Europe, you have to have cash on delivery. I bet you can have the best UX in your checkout. No one will convert if you don't have the local payment methods. So don't get trapped with marketing slogans like this. It's not true. And local carriers. If you want to cover 28 countries in Europe, we have connected 60 carriers. Often, if I speak to US players, to UK players, they're saying, okay, I'm going to fucking send everything with UPS. It's fine. It's not fine. In every country, there are local carriers, and your audience want to be delivered with their local carriers. There is local postal stores. There are specialties in address validation. You have to solve this. And you will not see what you have not solved. But your customers in the specific countries, they will see it. And if you then run a customer survey, you are running into the bias of only asking those that have actually placed an order, but not those that have not placed an order. And I can tell you, if you want to have a significant market position in any country, you have to localize your experience. No matter how great your product is, no one will buy in your online shop without a local experience. Now, all of this has been done in our case by our self-made technology. I'm not a fashion person. I actually buy fashion every 3 years or so. I don't have a clue of fashion. Our company is a technology and data company. I'm a tech guy. My two co-founders are tech persons. We are software, data, and engineers. Now, we have developed our technology on our own. And from day one, 9 years ago, my two co-founders and me, we said, first, we're going to build the greatest e-commerce platform in the world in fashion. And then, as soon as we have made that proof point for being able to grow, we're going to sell our software as a service product to other brands and retailers in the enterprise space. And we have started this in 2018. So since 2018, we are not only an online fashion store, but also a software vendor. And our software product is called Scale. We have a booth over there. And today, we are not only running 5 billion on our own software on About You, but we are powering 140 online shops in the enterprise space, adding an additional 5 billion to our overall GMV. That means our technology runs 10 billion in GMV today. We recently started, basically opened our shop here in UK just 1 or 2 months ago. So now we are also active in the UK market as a software vendor. And we actually outgrew all competitors worldwide. So according to Gartner, we are the fastest growing enterprise SaaS platform in the world. And here you can see our incumbents. So if you're running on any of these technologies, consider us. I think we have the better technology. Why? Because we are not only a software provider, we are an e-commerce company. We are in the arena every day. We know your needs. We can speak on eye level about the needs of an e-commerce player. Our software has has not been built by attending conferences, but it has been built by having the experience on the field and by having a successful growth trajectory. I've shown you from 0 to 5 billion in GMV. We know what we are doing. That is why we have the best software in the enterprise e-com field. Secondly, if you're talking to scale and you're a customer of ours, we're not trying to upsell your fucking marketing platform or some other CRM system or whatever. You will talk to people that are actually running an e-commerce online shop. We are 100% focused on e-commerce. Every day we are waking up thinking about how to make the next best great feature to increase your revenue and to increase the revenue of About You. Because we have an intrinsic motivation to deliver the best e-com product out there, since we are our customer ourselves and since we live and breathe e-commerce every day. So we not only give you the best technology, we also partner for you in terms of thinking about where to internationalize, how to optimize your shopping experience, how to do loyalty better, and all the things that are relevant to run a successful and profitable e-commerce company. And thirdly, isn't it paradox that cost of computing is constantly in decline, decreasing? Technology becomes more and more efficient, and your total cost of ownership, the total cost of running your technology are increasing because you are probably using one of those legacy technology providers. That doesn't make sense. We help you reduce your total cost of ownership, so the cost of running your e-commerce technologically will be massively reduced by using scale. Because we're going to pass these efficiency gains in the last years and decades that were made through cheaper computing, more efficiency in technology to you. If you're interested in our technology, first of all, we would be very happy. And secondly, please visit us at our booth, G45, it's over there. It's easy to find. And yeah, we would be happy to welcome you. Thanks a lot. I think we would have 3 or 4 minutes left if Q&A is of interest. Are there any questions?
If you're targeting the fashion market in the UK, but you are also a fashion retailer, how do you handle their view of you as a competitor? They're buying their solution from probably their biggest competitor.
Yeah, that's a good question. So first of all, we are not only targeting fashion companies, so our technology is actually powering 140 online shops, and the majority of those are not selling fashion. So the majority of those are a combination of beauty, home living, all sorts of lifestyle and everything. We even have the largest optician company being a customer of ours. So if you want to use scale, you don't have to sell fashion. Actually the software doesn't care what you're selling. But your question on fashion, About You is not entering the UK market, so we will not be a competitor in the UK. If you're coming to Europe, yes, you would be a competitor of About You, but Scale is a separate legal entity. So it's a separate team. It's separate people, it sits in a separate building, they have a separate contract, separate incentivization. So there are Chinese walls and between the About You team and the Scale team, and the About You team interacts with Scale as a normal customer. Yeah? So if you have a feature request or About You has a feature request, it goes through the same channels. And I think that actually is beneficial for you, because since About You is in the fashion space, yes, you are a competitor, but at the end of the day, 5 billion is a lot. We are one of the largest fashion companies in Europe, but it is 2% market share, so it's nothing. So actually the competition is the 98% remaining part of the market. If you're speaking about Europe and UK, About You is not active anyways.
Hey, great presentation. How do you manage to personalize on scale across so many customers and different channels, the experience and all the design, all the copy, everything? How do you do it exactly on scale?
Yeah, personalization is based on data. So what we try to analyze is basically your customer behavior and come up with the next best offer, basically. So it's algorithmically and through AI, we analyze you based on hundreds of attributes. Yeah, it could be what you have clicked, what you have not clicked, what you've bought, what you've not returned. And then we try to build civil links basically of you and try to check, okay, what did people like that are similar to you? And all of this is done by an AI. So the AI basically tries to find patterns in your customer behavior, tries to match this with the pattern of other likewise customers basically, and come up with the next best idea of what to show. And then you can personalize basically everything, but in the very beginning, if you're a smaller online shop, I would highly recommend you to personalize your sorting. So it is kind of which products do you see first. We all know this from Google. We expect Google to have the best result on top. You as an online shop, you should make sure that the best product for an individual customer is shown on top. So that's the easiest way to start with personalization. And then it goes as far as CRM, when to send the newsletter, which newsletter to send automated emails based on stuff that you have done, based on retargeting and based on your behavior. It could be you have added something to your wish list but not bought it, then calculating the probability of you not buying the product, and if that probability is high enough, send an email. 2 weeks later, maybe send a promotion with a 5% discount. These are the, I think, first steps in terms of personalization. And all of this is based on AI. Do we have time left? One more question?
Hey, thanks for the presentation. Just a question about scale. So what's the kind of core native functionality that sets you apart from other SaaS platforms, and to what degree do you depend on a third-party partner ecosystem? How much do you depend on a third-party partner ecosystem?
So the functionalities we offer are a checkout system, an order management system, a product information management, and a shop management. This is the backend world, and the backend and front-end are headless, so they are decoupled, and then we also offer you a front-end boilerplate. So what we are essentially offering you is everything you need as a backend software basically to run your online shop. Yeah, similar scope to what Salesforce and SAP would offer you in the kind of commerce world, so that Demandware Hybris equivalent, but unlike them, with a much more modern approach, since it's headless, since it's API-driven, cloud-native, and composable. So if you want to become a scaled customer, but you want to keep your PIM, for example, product information management, that's fine. Our technology landscape is composable. You can choose which modules to use. And then the second question was around ecosystem, right? It was very hard for me to understand. Yeah, do you mean with ecosystem like agency solution providers and add-ons, or add-on? Apps, okay, cool. So we have an add-on store, similar to what Shopify is doing, for example, or similar to what you know from your smartphone and the iOS store. We have an add-on store where a third-party provider can, build upon features. And we have a couple of add-ons like subscription, if you want to do subscription on your website, omni-channel features, many, many more, marketplace. These are all add-ons that are either built by us or built by third-party vendors that you can activate or deactivate. And we are also building, or we already have a big solution partner network of solution partners, agencies, that for whatever reason you don't want to build an add-on yourself that doesn't exist so far, or if you want to do the implementation of our technology, you can do this yourself. It's quite easy actually with our technology, but you can also go to a solution partner, an agency that can help you with, with manpower to build individual features or to do the implementation. And the ecosystem is growing, obviously, since we are the fastest growing SaaS platform. We are doing above 50 million in SaaS revenue, so we are not only the fastest, but also one of the largest already worldwide, even though we are the newest. And as you can imagine, since we are so successful, the ecosystem is growing extremely fast at the moment, of companies that are building plugins, add-ons for scale, but also helping with implementation for customers. All right, I got the sign I have to end. Many thanks for attending. It was a pleasure.